So Tom, we've been here now twice to look at your farm and help you with your paddock grazing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So maybe could we have maybe some history of your farm and where say it all began?
Yeah, 100%. So we just stood outside the farm shop here. That started in 2017, but we actually started, my granddad and my great uncle, whose house is just there, they started selling milk direct to consumer. They thought the margins were better, which they are, and they could control how much they make, where they sell it to, and then we've done that all the way through. Now we have 5 doorstep deliveries, and then we do 1 wholesale delivery.
Okay.
In 2016 we put raw milk on, and then 2017 obviously the farm shop, and then we've always done this sell direct to consumer. We just thought it was great. We're not far from Blackpool, Lytham, our town. You've got to get to our town. You've got to go past us to get to our town. So yeah, we've always kind of done it. It kind of worked.
Yeah, so it's a large population around here. I suppose you have a big consumer market here.
Yeah, I think so. I think they said that 8,000 cars a day pass the road.
Yeah.
And that was about 10 years ago. And now obviously it's even busier and it's fast. That's the only problem. But it's a good road to be. It's a good place to be. We were fortunate where we are. So we kind of capitalised on it. Or trying to capitalise on it.
Yeah. So your YouTube channel, when did you start that?
Yeah, so we started in 2016. So I know because that's when we started the raw milk vending machine, and I gave it a go and thought, oh, I'm going to try and kind of promote it to our local people, our local customer base. And then it kind of, like I say, it blew up, but it took about a year to blow up. And for the first 12 months I was talking to no one, well not no one, only a few people, and then it grew, just kept consistent at it.
Yeah.
And then currently obviously we've got into the hundreds of thousands of subscribers now, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, really enjoy doing it.
Yeah, developing a huge brand.
Yeah, that's it, and it's all about teaching the end consumer or our customers or everyone's customers who is a farmer what we do on the farm, how we do it, and kind of have a open farm policy, bring them into the farm without actually stepping front into the farm.
Yeah. So what do you sell in the shop?
So we do our own beef, we do our own lamb, we buy local pork and chicken, and then we have everything that you kind of need or want from a farm shop. We've got local ice cream, we've got a pantry where you can have your lunches, fruits, veg, everything kind of farm shop based that should be in a farm shop. We have it. We try and make it so when people come in, they can create a meal. That's the big thing. That's kind of what we try and do our best we can.
Okay, so we might have a quick look at your parlour.
Yeah, come down.
Yeah, when was that built?
The parlour itself, I think, was built in 1968.
Right.
So
a lot of work done.
Yeah, it's not the youngest parlour in the world, but it does the job.
How many units?
8 aside swing over. I think they're just milking at the moment. I am meant to be feeding calves at the moment, so calves are going to be blurping at me. We just had delivery of till, so I have a bit of a backlog of cows at the moment.
Yeah.
We're going to let them go in a minute.
And till for our viewers is fertiliser as well.
Till is fertiliser, yeah.
So how many cows are you making, Tom?
Milking 120 cows, just over, I think, 121, 22, something like. So it's 15 and a bit sides, which is a lot of cows to get through morning, night. 30 sides a day. 30 sides a day sounds like a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's probably 32.
Pre-dip everything? Or
So we pre-dip, dry wipe, strip out, units on, iodine out.
Okay.
So it's a bit of a milking routine, but because we do raw milk, we've got to keep the cows super clean.
Yeah.
And you can see from our existing building, it's not the newest thing, but we do our best to try and keep it clean.
Yeah.
We are looking at improving one way or the other. New parlour, new robot.
Yeah.
Whichever way.
Big decision to make.
It's a big decision to make. We got carving boxes through here.
So you calve all year round, Tom?
Calve all year round, yeah.
So a few every month?
Yeah, so we aim for, how many do we aim for? 1 every 3 days, so 10 a month-ish. So 120 calving every year. Try and get a calving index of under 400. I prefer it to be about 385 is the ideal one. Okay. You can see that we've got the Angus, which are the black ones that we put through the farm shop. And then we have the black and whites and red and whites. And that one might be a short horn, maybe. I don't think it is. We just put a bit of short horn in. Really want to look at a grazing cow more than your black and white cows. Okay.
What's this here then?
So here we have AI stalls. So we have 10 stalls ready for just either vetting, AI and everything really. It's great, cows just walk in, they know exactly what they're doing. Cow come in this morning, this afternoon even, looking for, going to be served, so we'll get her served. It's just simple, 10 cows, PD'd, in, out, vet's gone. So we can do about,
useful?
Yeah, 45 cows vetting an hour. And obviously vet costs, it's great. Dad put this, or Grandad put this in years ago, an old shipping. It used to be the old parlour, and it works so well. The only problem we've got is these are a bit low, so we can't get any manna to them. So everything's done by a Tom-o-matic.
Okay,
And then we can go through here, which...
just even your cow type, Tom, you've a mix of breeds outside. What's your preference? Or?
So I'm a big favour of the red ones. I think everyone is, but the black and white ones create more milk. So we've got a bit of, so big fan of the red ones. So we've got a bit of brown Swiss, which are these brownier colour cows, funny enough, and then the red ones are the Ayrshire's, and the black and whites are the Holstein cross Friesians. We're trying to breed out the Holsteins quite hard, if I'm honest. I'm not that bothered with them. The way that we want to farm a nice hardy cow, good on her legs and feet, and then look at milk afterwards. Okay. Not a big fan of picking cows up, so I like a cow to look after itself.
So for your business, cow with solids, is that important? Good fat and protein?
Yeah, definitely. You know, we've especially for raw milk, so the quality of the milk has to be 10 out of 10. So that's why we changed to the brown Swiss. And we just, like I say, we're looking at just putting a bit of short horn on. Brown Swiss are great cows, but sometimes they don't like to be milked or don't like the calves. And
An Irish Friesian in time too is probably not a bad cow to have as well. No, it's a bit lower than your...
Friesians are fantastic. The only problem with Friesians is that you can get fat very easily. So we've got a cow there, 29. She just calved and she's a big, strong cow. The problem is obviously fatty liver and all that kind of stuff. So we keckstone and we had to use something different this time, just before calving, just so she calves down and kind of pushes on from there. So kind of just a fat cow, we try and adapt to it and just accept she's going to be fat because she's been fat for about 5 years. Yes. And then 2021, we invested quite heavily. The farm hadn't taken a lot of investment for a while because we'd invest into the farm shop for ages. So in 2021, we invested into a purpose-built cow building. We were previously milking out of 2 sheds, like we had highs and lows split. And this year we've put this in and we put 1 shed for all our cows. No highs, no lows, everything just comes in. And just unreal. Everything to do with this shed was to do with cow comfort. From top to bottom. From top we've got an open protected skylight ridge, so it sucks all the air out. We're on a 22.5 degree pitch to take all the
it's a fast pitch.
Apparently the roof manufacturers don't like putting them on because it's so high pitch and they drop a bolt, it'll definitely go to the floor. But for us it works perfectly, especially for cows. 15 foot to the eaves. The lights in here, more during winter time, light all the way through to about 200 lux, and then at 11 o'clock they switch off and they go to 40 lux, so it kind of mimics that moonlight, so it's nice and dark for them so the cows can go to sleep. 5 o'clock, an hour before we start milking, it comes back on to 200 lux. The cows get back up, have a little bit of an eat, and come back to milking time so they get ready for it. We used quick release water troughs because everyone's been there where they've had a water trough, they've got to bail it out, and they probably only do it 2 or 3 times a winter. This thing, if it's a little bit mucky, which it is now, I normally just open it up, drop it down, let it go, and it's fresh water all the time. Obviously, cow drinks water for 14% of its life. It's at a water trough, and that's why we put the rubber down as well. So when it is drinking, it can be comfy on its feet because 80% of milk is water, as everyone probably knows, but if not, you do now.
So how many cubicles in the shed?
120, 119.
Okay, very good. So the type of cubicle you went for easy fix, am I right?
Yeah, so we went for the easy fix cubicles. I looked at quite a few, to be honest. We've had steel cubicles everywhere, and then we looked at the semi-plastic ones, and then we decided to go fully plastic, and I was a little bit dubious on them because of how much movement they've got, but I really like them. I think they're really good. I wouldn't go back. My dad wouldn't even go back. He's 65 years old now, and he was a bit dubious as well. Easy fix cubicles, easy fix Jupiter mattresses. So it's got a built-in brisket board. It's got a mattress under these, and they're super comfy.
So or say after your first winter now with it, what advantages have you seen with it, or compared to previous?
Well, it's hard to see the advantages because unfortunately in September 2021 we got a spat of lungworm, which we've never had before, and then we vaccinated against it. The vaccination didn't work. Not the vaccination, the treatment didn't work, so they had it for 3 weeks longer. So we think we're going to have a hangover at 12 months. So I'll be able to see it. So the cows probably performed the same, but next year they should really fly. And I know that's really annoying. I should probably just go, yeah, everything was perfect. But in life, things aren't perfect. They go wrong. A couple of things I would change with the shed. The heel stone's a little bit low for me.
Right.
I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah. So what's the issue? You seen slurry build up or what? Or
yeah, a little bit. The tails go in the muck passage a little bit. So I think if we did it again, they're only 6 inches. I maybe go to 10 or 8. In the old sheds, we got 12. But then apparently you have a problem with that as well, but we never did. I think that was the only thing, and there was something else we changed. We kept our slurry paddling over there.
Yeah.
We probably should have knocked that out, and then we could have fit another 1 cubicle with a drinking trough.
Okay.
So we've been up to 120. But the other problem with that is like, it would have been another 4 or 5 grand to swap it in. And by the time you spent all the money on this, you start picking at things where you decide, okay, I've had enough, I don't want to spend. Do you know what I mean? So you get to that point where you don't want to spend any more, but
that's it.
It seems to have worked out pretty good. Like I say, rubber under the drinkers everywhere, rubber under the brush everywhere. We went for these feeding rails from Easy Fix as well. I like these, but the guy who milks cows at the moment, who works really closely with me, this is his favourite thing about the whole shed, because of cow comfort.
Yeah.
You just can't beat it. Like, they're so happy with these. They flick it out a little bit more, but they are natural to just graze the way they go up and down. Yeah. So I was looking at locking yokes because of raw milk, we have to TB every year, and then we trim tails very regularly. So I thought, if I've got locking yokes, I can lock them all in. But then someone told me that a guy had all locking yokes and he changed one section, so 15 foot, to just a bar, and then the cows would always go to that bar straight away. Okay. There are farms that can do 13,000 litres a cow, Holstein thing, all on locking yolks. So but cow would prefer this. Animal health and animal welfare to me is like second to none, so important. So we decided to go for these, and we've not looked back. He says no one's a little behind.
So as we're standing beside it, you've a Keenan that's been a big part of the farm for many years, is it?
We've loved Keenans. My dad mad for them, so I think this is his 3rd or 4th Keenan. Bought that in 2009. That's 2022 now, so it's 13 years old.
A lot of work done.
A lot of work done. Had a couple of seasons. Changed the knives last year. Rebellied it probably 5 years ago. We try and look after it. It's me, Dad, and Luke who does all the feeding. So, little things to keep it going for longer. We grease it up. We have a lot of old kit here, probably like a lot of old farms, like a lot of farms. So we just try and grease and oil everything. If it's got grease coming out of it, out the bearings and stuff, it's good for us because it just knows it's been done. It just lasts longer.
Do you use that 12 months of the year, or is it ever idle?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
Especially this year, because we put this up. We normally put grass in our showroom here, and we couldn't get grass in there, so we had 5 weeks to put up a second cut clamp. Okay. And we were able to do it, but now we've got the second cut clamp open. We just kind of top them up with we top them up with grass every night. Yeah, and that might change with your new grazing infrastructure in time. It might change that. Yeah. If grass is there in front of him, I don't need to turn that on. Yeah. Save diesel, save power, save meal, save Selco. It's a winner. You'll have options anyway in time. Yeah, that's it. If I can make life easier by just working a little bit hard for a month. Yeah. By putting everything in, I think that's the way forward, and that's where I want to go. Yeah. In terms of slurry storage, then, say slurry from here goes to a reception tank. Yeah. So exactly that. We've got channels down the shed horizontally, and then it goes into this main reception pit here. And then this was the deepest part. This was existing. So we're on a brownfield site, so life's never that easy. So this was the deepest part, so it made sense to put our pump here.
Yeah.
Our pump runs here, runs down a pipe and into there. That's the paddle that I was talking about. It's in a really cob place, but
And when you say a paddle, is that just keeping it moving?
just
Agitating it,
spins
or?
it around,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Because there's another channel that goes. All the channels feed under the end cubicles,
Yeah.
and the cubicles over there.
Right.
And so all of it will come past, and it'll get stirred and get to here when you're
Okay.
sucking out.
Yeah.
Like a man possessed, loving life. So yeah, just shy 300,000 gallon slurry tower. Probably need to get more capacity soon. That's probably going to be another thing that I need to look at. But we developed pretty hard on this farm in the last 12 months. I want to do some more in the next 24, but we can do it at the moment. We put the dairy power aeration system in as well. That has changed the way that we spread slurry.
Why?
It's just consistent. You know, it's not thin muck. If we're doing 10 loads, it's not the thin stuff at the bottom. It's properly consistent in its irregular kind of slurry consistency. That's all I can say, really. And obviously we put it through the dribble bar as well, so we can graze a lot faster behind the dribble bar.
Yeah.
I think that's really good. The only problem is our main tractor's 100 horsepower, and again that was built in 2007. And I think it's just lost a couple of ponies down the road.
Right.
So the pump on the hydraulic pump is a bit slow,
Yeah.
so it doesn't macerate the muck as much. But it doesn't need it with that, just in case there's something in there that just needs killing.
So have you used less fertilizer this year as a result of your
Yeah, we
aeration, or?
definitely used less fertilizer this year.
Yeah.
we were going to do whatever happened. And I think just the cost of it. We just decided to slacken off a little bit. We've been pretty lucky this year. We've had more grass than ever before, which has been fantastic.
Yeah.
With less fertilizer. I think everyone's in the same boat. It'll be interesting what happens next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely have put less on. I think we put 60 tons on last year, and I think we've only bought 30 this year. So
Okay, it's a big difference.
big difference.
Yeah, yeah.
I've probably spent twice as much.
I know, yeah. But look, Tom, I suppose hopefully in time, maybe if we come back next year, we'll see some infrastructure in place, some permanent fencing, and
yeah. We'll
hopefully
definitely
make a difference to your farming operation here.
Oh, definitely. We're going to change it. Even my dad will take a little bit of convincing, but I'm definitely going to change the way I graze, because I think we waste grass. We spend so much money. We spend so much money looking after the grass and making it grow and making it grow in spring, and then to top it off in June just doesn't make sense.
No. So it takes time to change. Okay, thanks for your time, Tom.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.